Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome to Jurassic World Evolution. This is a game by the same developers who made Planet Coaster. They partnered up with Universal to basically do a Jurassic Park Planet Coaster, or so it has been billed. I have played it for about 2 hours. This game is not Planet Coaster. Straight up. I want to give my first impressions. I can't really say I'm going to do a full review in this video because, 2 hours of playtime. Maybe there's some amazing stuff that I've just missed out on, but I want to give some first impressions and really kind of explain why I'm honestly fairly disappointed with Jurassic World Evolution. So basically, when you start a new game, you have to start in this park, in this spot. You get a couple buildings sort of started out with, that you start out with. You're given quests from NPCs and characters and stuff. A lot of them are voiced by their actors from the Jurassic Park movies, which is a nice touch. But there's a couple very distinct and important things missing for this type of game. First of all, there is no time management. There's no speed up, slow down, pause. Why would you do a tycoon, builder, city builder, park builder, whatever you want to call it? Why would you do a game like that without a speed up, slow down, pause? That makes zero sense to me. So if you want to just kind of sit back and let some money roll in so you have more funding, you can't speed it up. You just have to run. It runs at one speed, normal speed and normal speed only, which I think is just ridiculous. On top of that, Planet Coaster was an amazing game, straight up. And the thing that made Planet Coaster so great was the amount of customization and detail that you could put into basically everything. You could create custom structures. You could design them however you want. If you wanted your fast food place to look like a tiki hut, you could do that. You could, there was just an insane amount of customization in Planet Coaster. This game, nothing. Nothing at all. You have the buildings, and that is it. They are as they are. You can't customize them beyond that. And the buildings are fairly basic. Enclosures, fences, etc. You can see the things that are here that I haven't unlocked yet. That's another thing I'll get to in a minute. But that's basically all there is. And compare that to Planet Coaster, and that's a significant downgrade. I was expecting essentially Planet Coaster with dinosaurs, and that is not what this game is. Now, that's not to say the game is all bad. It has some redeeming features. There's, obviously there's all the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs are beautifully modeled. They look great. There are research missions and things like that. So basically the gameplay loop, you can see your island rating, and it's fairly straightforward for this type of game. You want to boost your dinosaur rating, boost your facility rating, get as high as you can. If you get to a certain rating, 3 stars on the very first island, that will unlock the next one. And then 3 stars on this island will unlock the next one, and so on and so forth. If you get 4 stars on the first island, you unlock the Sandbox Island. However, the Sandbox Island, although you don't have to worry about money, you can only use the structures and dinosaurs and things like that that you have unlocked in the main campaign. And there is no option, if you go to the main menu, to just start a sandbox campaign. You have to start a new game from the first island and redo all the things that you have done, which I think is a little strange. There's no just straight up sandbox mode. There's basically new game and continue, and that is it. So, I don't know. I mean, a lot of the stuff is, it just seems the game is half done. There's a lot of features that I wanted to see in this game and that I was expecting to see in this game, given that it was from the developers of Planet Coaster, that are simply not here. So I don't know. But on top of that, you hatch dinosaurs. You can modify their genetics and add traits and all sorts of things. You can send expeditions out to get more fossils, which will then give you more DNA to fully research dinosaurs and make them more accurate. You have your research center up here where you can research different upgrades of various different types. It's all straightforward, but it's a little too simplistic for my taste. The gameplay loop gets very stale very quickly. I've played it for about 2 hours, and I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, well, okay, this is the game. This is the entirety of the game. You got 5 maps to choose from. As far as terrain modification, you remember all the amazing... Yeah, okay, go away. You remember all the amazing terrain customization and stuff like that in Planet Coaster? Well, here we have landscaping, where you can add trees, add shrubs or remove trees, add water or remove water, add elevation, and flatten. Those are your terrain customization options. There's no change the biome, change this to sand, change this to dirt, add a variety of different trees. You can't say, I want big pine trees right here. No, it's just add trees. That's all you can do. Just trees or no trees. Add shrubs or no shrubs. Those are your options. And I can't say that I'm impressed by that, considering Planet Coaster. Now, let's talk about DLC. This game is $54.99 on Steam. On top of that, Day 1 DLC, for an additional $10.99, you can unlock a whole additional 5 dinosaurs for $11 in essentially what is priced as a AAA full-price game. I think that's a little questionable as well, considering essentially the lack of content and replayability here. Yes, there's stuff you can do. Yes, you can add different structures. You can add things to keep your guests happy. You can shops, fast food, clothes, things like that. Some of the stuff from Planet Coaster is here. You choose what they're selling, choose the price, manage the staff. But as far as managing staff, it's just basically how many staff. The deep staff management from Planet Coaster is not here. It's extremely dumbed down compared to what we had in Planet Coaster. And maybe I'm judging this game unfairly because I'm comparing it to Planet Coaster. Maybe it's not fair to take this game, which is a separate game, and compare it to a previous game by the same developers. But personally, I think that is fair. This is a game that was essentially advertised as Planet Coaster with dinosaurs. That was the impression that I had that it was going to be coming into this game. Maybe I overhyped my expectations, I don't know. But either way, this game is not Planet Coaster. It can still be fun. It can still be enjoyable. I'm going to do at least a relatively short, it may be a relatively short Let's Play, but I'm going to do a Let's Play of this game, kind of get my hands dirty and see if maybe by the end of my series, my full series on this game, my impressions of it will change. Who knows? I do want to give it a fair shake before I say straight up, don't buy this game. But as far as first impressions are concerned, I'm not impressed. That's really what it comes down to. You have your options to incubate and release dinosaurs. The dinosaurs require a little bit of management as far as their food and how many of them you have in an area and what type of terrain they have around them and stuff like that. They can occasionally escape and go attack your park guests, and you have to track them down with a ranger station or with a ranger team and tranquilize them, or with an animal control unit team. But for the most part, it seems like this is a fairly super simplistic, basic version of Planet Coaster. It looks like they said, let's take Planet Coaster, let's strip out a lot of the stuff that makes it fun, and then we'll add dinosaurs and slap the Jurassic Park logo on it, and it will sell like hotcakes. That's basically the impression that I kind of have here. And I'm fairly disappointed. There's rain, there's weather. As far as actual resource management, you have money and you have power. Those are basically your only resources that you have to manage. Options, as far as, performance and menu options and stuff like that, I don't really have any real complaints. It runs perfectly fine, at least on my computer. I haven't had any problems in that regard. I just question some of the choices that were made when it comes to the actual gameplay. Why no time management slider? Why no speed up, slow down, pause? I don't understand. Normal time, fast, it doesn't matter. It's not there. Why get rid of all the wonderful stuff that made Planet Coaster so good and so replayable, as far as customizing your structures and customizing your park and your landscape and everything? I mean, the thing that made Planet Coaster so incredible was straight up the amount of depth and customization that you could have. And I don't think anyone who's played Planet Coaster would deny it. The great thing about Planet Coaster was you could watch 10 different Let's Plays of Planet Coaster, and they would all be entirely and completely different. People could bury hours and hours and hours and hours of their lives into that game, and time would fly, and there was so much cool room. There was so much room for creativity in Planet Coaster, and this game just doesn't have that, and I'm very disappointed in that regard. So those are kind of my first impressions. As I said, I'm still going to do a full series on it to see if maybe my impressions of this game change. Maybe I haven't given it a fair shake. I have only played it for about 2 hours, and it did just come out today, so maybe things will change. Maybe things will get patched. And but as far as, I mean, that would have to be quite the patch in order to change the things about this game that I question and that I'm disappointed with. I don't think that's going to happen. Performance issues, sure, that stuff gets patched all the time, but this game doesn't really have any performance issues, at least for me. I haven't been having issues with it. So anyway, I don't want to keep this video any longer than it needs to be. I'm going to wrap it up right there. We will have a full series beginning possibly later today even. I want to get this video out immediately, and depending on how long it takes me to get the first episode recorded, it'll be out either today or tomorrow. But wanted to basically get the video out before this game gets overhyped and people get it and are severely disappointed with it like I am. So, guys, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.